Hi guys, welcome back to Journeyteaches. Today we have a very special guest with us who is Brigadier BG Jagdish sir. How are you doing, sir?
Very good, very fine.
Thank you so much for coming here. It's a wonderful opportunity for me to have you here and have a conversation with you.
Same here. It's a matter of honor to be, being interviewed by a student who is going to do well in life. So it's very nice that I love to do such a thing. Yeah.
And sir has been a very experienced person. He has served in the army for years altogether. Now he came back as a faculty to Christ University. Sir, would you like to include any other introduction details which I have missed?
No, it is like I was here from 1980 to 83. I did my BSc from this college. Those days, it was just a college and it was affiliated to the Bangalore University. And now I find it's grown into a full-fledged university with so many campuses coming up. I feel great. So I'm very happy to be back in my alma mater. Yes.
That's really nice. And how was your army experience? Let's begin with this. How was your experience serving in the Indian Army?
Right from my childhood, I studied in a military school, Bangalore Military School. So that was where the idea of joining the army was nurtured. The passion to join the army was nurtured. So army was my life. So it is a way of life. It is not a profession. So that's where I wanted to be, and it was a great experience. 35 years of experience in the army was really great. So a lot of things I learned from the army, a lot of things which I'm carrying it back from there. So it was my home, you can call that. Yes.
Wow. What was the exact location where you were placed?
I started my journey, like my training was in OTA Chennai, Officers Training Academy Chennai, and that was in 1984. And after that, it was a intense 1 year training of 10 to 11 months training, after which you got posted to the units. So then I've served in almost 18 different places, including 6 years in the Kashmir Valley, 2 years in Andaman Nicobar Islands, in the northeast, in Rajasthan sector, in middle of India, Madhya Pradesh, and all places. So 18 different places I've served. Yes.
And what was your exact role, and what were you supposed to do, and how difficult was it to be in the army and served from there?
See, if you're passionate about something, you find any difficulty which you face, you see it as a challenge. So you start learning from those difficulties, and then you evolve into a better human being, a better professional. So all these challenges which I had, I didn't find anything difficult, but yes, there were challenges which you have a beautiful organization, you have seniors to help you out. So it is like a family. So it's like anything in a family, you get into a problem, there are elders to guide you. Similarly, you have people to help you out, and you learn from those things and evolve into a very mature officer and an individual. Yes. So I could overcome those challenges and do my best.
What kept you motivated to, because it's a life risk, of course. So what was your motivation to continue in the army?
Because as I said, there is a lot of opportunity to grow in the army. It is like there is a proper disciplined life, and it is an hierarchical structure. Hierarchy is there, like you start from those days it was second lieutenant. From these days you start from a lieutenant's rank as an officer. Then you rise to become a captain, a major, a lieutenant colonel. So there are things to look forward. And at each stage, the responsibilities start increasing. You're looking after a platoon level things when you're a youngster, then you come to a company level, then you go to a battalion level as a full colonel. So then you keep rising. So your challenges are increasing, your responsibilities are increasing. So many things are there. So there's a lot of change, and you move out after 2 years, 2.5 years to a new place. You make new set of friends, new environment. So it is a very beautiful, challenging life with lot of things to learn in life. Yeah, that's what it was.
Right. So, what was the biggest life skill which the army experience gave you?
Life skill, biggest life skill, you can see there are a lot of life skills you can learn in
Hmm.
the army. But main thing I found was leadership, adaptability.
Hmm.
Now you get everybody from all walks of life into the army, from all religions, from different sectors. So you are like a family with them. So unity in diversity, which is very famous because India is such a place where unity is there in diversity. So you get people from all walks of life, all religions. So that's why we have something known as a Sarva Dharam Sthal in
Hmm.
army, where you find the mandir, the masjid, the gurdwara, the church, everything is there. All religions can come practice their faiths with harmony without any problems. And so adaptability was one of the very big skills I could learn in the army, and leadership and resilience. You face a lot of challenges. You have to see that with that resource you have to manage, you have to come out with your best. So a lot of resilience you build, a lot of adaptability skills you build, leadership skills you build, and you start appreciating the small things in life. So many places you are in very difficult terrain.
Hmm.
People who are serving in the Siachen Glacier, they are there in posts at 26,000 feet, 24,000 feet. They are spending the infantry people. So you start appreciating small things in life, and you feel that everybody contributes to make it a whole. So that was the biggest life skill I learned, that you can't work in silos.
Hmm.
It is synergy which you have to.
To work in teams.
Yeah, you have to work in teams, you have to work in synergy, and everyone's work is very important. So you can't, yeah, you can't say ki that person is more important or that category of people is more important. So that's why, so that is one of the biggest skills I learned. Like you say, I'll tell you about one thing. The In war there is a operation of war known as attack, when you attack the enemy and go and occupy ground. Now when you are going to attack, the enemy is sitting in already trenches or in fortified places. He's firing at you, you're in the open. You have to cross minefields, you have to cross obstacles. And then how do you do that? So you have to have artillery people firing onto the enemy to keep his head down. Aircrafts are required to degrade that target, and there are enemy aircrafts trying to come in. You need air defense to take them away. So you need a mix of people contributing to this effort, doing their best. There should be communication between the troops who are going for the attack with the air, so that they don't bombard our own troops. So, and then when you get into that attack mode, if everybody works well, if everybody is synchronized as a team, you will achieve your aim.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not possible for one man to do it
Yeah, it
all.
is not for one team or one man.
One.
It has to be synergy. It has to be a combination of all resources, intelligence, everything has to
Hmm.
come into play. Then you will achieve your goal. So, similarly, those skills carry on to the other parts of your life, where you find that you take the best from everybody to achieve the aim. That is what was the biggest skill I learned.
Was there any story or experience when you were on the field and a moment, very close to death? Was it that for you anytime?
There are a lot of incidents in the thing, like at each level I had challenges. Like I said, when I was a captain, when I was a major, so I participated in operations like Op Parakram, when the parliament firing happened, and then we had to mobilize in the Op Rakshak in the Kargil war. I was not exactly in Kargil, but I was in a different sector during the war. So we used to contribute for that effort. Yeah, so you find that in the army, when you have to complete a particular task, so what you need to do is you have to see that each and every soldier is motivated. So leadership is very important. So high level of motivation is required. So the traditions of the unit, the past glories, people who have sacrificed their lives, all this have to be told to them. All this have to be, they have to experience that. Then the traditions of the unit comes up, and then they don't get that, fear factor goes away, and everything they think of is their unit, their country, and they march ahead. So that's how it works.
Their love for the nation.
Love for the nation, love for that unit, in which has got very strong traditions. So they go with that, and they say that I cannot let this unit down. So in turn, it will help the nation. It will in turn, it will help the effort of the war or whatever task you're doing. So that's what. Even in, for aid to civil authorities, when there are disasters, like there are earthquakes, there are floods, army being spread all over the country and in all remote locations, we are the first responders. We reach before anybody else there. And since we are equipped well and trained well, we are able to handle. So those things also, we undergo a lot of training. A lot of stores are kept ready. Rations are kept ready. Medical teams are ready. A lot of things are kept ready. A lot of homework is done before, because we know which are the flood prone areas or uh, earthquake areas or landslide areas. So we go and study them, which are the areas we have to shift people, what is required, what are the stores required. So we are the first responders there. So even the local populace, they look, as the army comes, their confidence goes up. They say, "Abhi to hum bach jayenge." So I think we don't have to worry. Because then it is an effort. Helicopters come, aircrafts are used to bring in stores. Helicopters rescue people from the rivers, from cable cars. So many things which can be done.
It's really, very difficult to be in the army and serve from the front line, because they are the real soldiers, and they have the responsibility of saving lives of people, and people also expect from them. So what was that point when, because since you were in the army, you were away from home, away from family, and maybe missing many major moments of your life as well. So what was that life was like? When was there any chance of fun with your own team members, and how did you cope up with that?
Definitely, definitely. As I said, that army is an extended family. So when you sign up to join the army, you know in advance that yes, you will be away from your close and dear ones. But army has got such beautiful procedures, and it's a very time-tested organization, that any major event happening in your house, and when you need leave, when you need to go, you can go. You are given adequate leave, you are given adequate, even the jawans, so that they are stress free. You can reach. But there are times when, yes, if you are in an operation or something, yes, you cannot go back to your places. Otherwise, when there is no war going on, or when there is no disturbance going on, there is, you can always go and attend major functions in your family and come back. So and even if during war, if there is a prolonged war, and even something actually happens in your family, you undergo some tragic event, they will permit you to go. So you can go, come back. We'll let our Jawans do that. So that way we are in touch with our families. And of course, with today's social media and other things, there's a lot of connectivity which is happening. Yeah, in those olden days, we used to wait for our chitti aayega, to wait for those letters, and that is to be a great moment. So, but yes, in the army family, we have lot of events happening both at the Jawans level. We interact with the Jawans in something known as a Bada Khana. We have once in a month, where the Jawans went out there, stress and all that. They make fun of the officers, and officers also take it in good spirit. Like they will imitate how the commanding officer walks, how it speaks, all those things they do. Similarly, we have parties in the officers' messes where we mingle with the others, even the families mingle with each other. So there's a lot of activities, a lot of festivals are celebrated together. So many things keep happening. So you don't feel that you're missing something great, because you're already in a family.
Yeah,
It's
you find one more family there.
Yeah, it's a very close knit family. Very, we look after each other's interests every time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, as you talked about love for one's nation, what is your take on messages for the youth? Do they, how do they instill the feeling of patriotism and love for one's nation, especially the Gen Z?
Yeah, yeah. See, I'll say, I when I interact with students here, I don't find that Gen Z are, uh, different, or they are like, we've also passed through this young life.
Hmm.
Those days, the social media was less, the other opportunities were different. We used to be more in the outdoors, playing sports and other things. There was no TVs those days, no internet, no mobile phones and all that. So the era has changed. But the children even today are very smart. Only thing they need to do is little bit of focus is required, because these are the formative years. In these formative years, you can't be wasting time, because you should remember that discipline will bring you success. Good habits will bring you success. So, if you focus on disciplining your life, that will help you focus on a particular activity. Then you have time to prepare for it, and then you can do whatever aspirations you have in life. You can fulfill those aspirations by getting into good habits, getting into a disciplined life. So, what I want for the young people to learn is the love for the nation should come. That will come because you are born in such a beautiful nation. There is so much of unity in diversity. We have fantastic resources. We have got a very big pool of knowledge. We have a population of, say, under 25, more than the population of big countries like America or anything. So you can imagine, if the potential is tapped, how much potential is there. So if their minds are focused, if they are into nation building, so we need people in all fields to do exceedingly well in research, in entrepreneurship, to ensure that economy goes up. Natural resources which we have are there for the next generation. It should be sustainable. So we should ensure that the country is not degraded in terms of uh, resources, or other things. So all these things I want the youth to learn. So there are organizations like the NCC. If you see, NCC instills these kind of things, like you donate blood, you visit a old age home, then you are into, you're taught drill, which is the bedrock of discipline. You go and do activities for social causes. So these kind of things brings in a lot of character in the youth, and then nation goes up. See, nation has got limited resources. We have a big population. Water is a resource. We have to save. Food is a resource. We can't afford to waste food. We can't afford to waste water, power, electricity. We shouldn't waste it. Use what you want to use, but don't waste it. So if you're conscious, mindful, lot of things can be done, and our nation can become, as it is one of the fastest growing nations in the world. So it can definitely become a superpower, and all our dreams of getting this nation as number one can be fulfilled. So it is
India can really stand out if all the potential of the youth is, make use.
definitely. India is already standing out, but it can become the number one country in the world, because we have that kind of resource. All that you need is a little bit of disciplining, little bit of focus, and little bit of sacrificing your time towards nation building. That is required. Because if you love somebody, you have to be able to sacrifice your time and your effort. If you love your nation, you have to do that. You have to follow the rules of the law. If you are a good citizen, you will acquire life skills, right? Suppose you are, say, skilled in life saving, on you're skilled in first aid. Those are assets which are useful to the society. You will become an asset to the country. You will become a good citizen with skills. So all these life skills you need to acquire one by one, so that you are contributing to someone's effort and someone's requirements, right?
What do you think are the strategies which can be used to acquire these life skills and maybe think positive instead of, just looping yourself in negative thoughts?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So positivity is what it's a mental condition, right? Positivity. So first and foremost is identifying that you have negative thoughts. Once you acknowledge
Acknowledge.
that yes, this thought is negative, then you should start thinking about it. ये कहाँ से आया? Where did this negative thought emerge? Was it based on facts, or was it based on some assumptions or on some other beliefs? If it was based on fact, then there is some value in it. Otherwise, then we say these negative thoughts can always be replaced with positive thoughts, right? So once acknowledge that it is a negative thought, then start looking for solution based things. Don't bring that word I can't do it. You say this can be a learning experience for me. So you can do anything. So if you have to have an open growth oriented mindset, you should not be of the view that, oh, I am born with certain disadvantages or advantages. If you have that open mind that I can acquire skills, getting out of my comfort zones, I can look into getting more knowledge, you can always do it. You can always do it. And then any negative thought can be converted into an optimistic, positive output. And then there is no end to it. Then the limit is sky. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely. So how to control your mind in such a way कि जैसे आप कुछ भी negative सोच रहे हो तो वो उसका perspective change करना हो, तो how to do that?
Yeah, as I said, if you acknowledge that negative, see, firstly you should understand that everybody gets negative thoughts.
Yeah.
It's human. It is not that you are something different that you're getting negative. All of us get negative thoughts. But acknowledging, yes, it is a negative thought, I want to put it into a positive mind frame. Abhi, I will just give you one small example which is slightly funny. Like up class mein, teacher throws a chalk at you because you're sleeping or something like that. So then instead of getting too angry about it, or instead of, getting too humiliated about it, you think, yeah, I am such a bright student that teacher is throwing your valuable chalks at me, even without me asking for it.
Yeah.
Or he'll make you stand on the bench. Then you say, see, look, everybody else is looking up to me. He made me stand on the bench to, honor me. Think like that.
Wow.
Yeah, think like that. Or he puts you out of the class. You say, see, the teacher has sent me out to enjoy the sunshine and the good air, where others are sweating inside the class. This is one way of thinking about it. That is a positive way of thinking about things. Okay, not that you have to keep repeating that mistake. Take it as acknowledge that mistake, think it in a funny way, positive way.
Instead of feeling humiliated.
Yeah, and then don't come back and repeat that mistake. Mistakes happen, but mistakes should not be intentional. Mistakes should not be repeated. So if you remember that, a lot of things can get into a positive cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are many ways you can be positive. You can start meditating. You can be doing exercise. You have to have a routine. So once you have a routine, then a lot of things, negative thoughts go away. When you go get exercise, you go for an exercise, you play a game. When you're playing a game, a volleyball, basketball, anything, your mind is focused only on that game. No thoughts other than that comes. You're stress free, you start thinking positive. So many things are there. So exercising is one of the methods of start building this positivity. Helping others is another way of building positivity. So all these things, because when you start seeing people are happy, you also become very happy.
Right. These good habits, if inculcated in our daily lives, will really change a lot and make a difference.
Definitely.
And even for our families also, if we stay connected with them. So what do you think if the students, since you are a professor in the university, so do you think the students are able to spend a lot of time with their families, maybe over call itself, because most of them are outside? So what do you think about that?
See, students have now, the families, now you become adults, right? You finished your schooling, you come to college. So you want to experience a college life. So many of them have come from outside stations and they're staying in paid guests as PGs, or they're staying in hostels and other places. So you have a own group of friends here. So make those friendships really strong. This is going to carry throughout your life, right? You first focus on why you have come here. You have come here to study. Make the best use of it. You joined a beautiful university. There are so many facilities in the university. Use the facilities of the university. Don't just get confined to your just one program. Take part in all the centers here. Take part in outdoor activities, games, sports, dances, fests. So many things are there. Participate in all those things. Then your holistic development will be ensured. And then to be a stress-free things, you have good friends here. And then if you have a routine of, yes, time management is very important because you have limited time. These are your formative years. So manage your time well. So if you have a routine which is set, even for your study, if you have a routine, then you can ensure that things are not procrastinated. You can do things on time. At the same time, you can do a lot of things. So these are important things.
एक बार discipline आ गया अपनी routine में तो everything can be sorted.
But then distractions are a lot these days. People are getting into, habits of smoking. Some are into little bit of small drugs. So many people are there who are, attracting you to those distractions. There you have to be very careful, because I have not seen a single person not regretting it. So why get into a place where you have to regret it later? Then a lot of time is wasted in those things, and it will affect your health also. So if you take care of your health, you see that you're properly hydrated, you do a little bit of exercise, you're conscious of what you eat. Like if your diet is balanced, mentally you're fine, then your health is taken care of. Be in touch with your close and near ones. Relationships also have to be strong. If you take care of your health, your relationships, you're sorted. Then of course you can concentrate on your studies, you can concentrate on doing extracurricular activities, you can do courses. So many opportunities are there today, and if you focus, you can start preparing well. So these are my advices for the student, that start disciplining your life. Start doing something in a day, every day, which you don't like to do. That's how you can discipline yourself. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Like you don't like to make your bed after you get up. Ensure that you make it. Before you sleep, you can read for 15 minutes. Because people are losing the habit of reading. It's very important that you start reading. You can make notes, write down something. So these are the habits, will see that long-term benefits you will get. It will make you disciplined, and as you start getting disciplined, you can use it in any walks of your life. For your health, for your relationships, for your jobs, anything.
Will discipline in following your passion will lead you to success, because people nowadays are running behind success, money, fame. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, see, if your concentration is on your health, on your education, on learning skills, money will come automatically. You need not run behind money, right? See, when you earn something, there are something known as needs, there are wants, and then there are desires. So, अपना need के लिए you will always get enough to do. If you control your needs, then you can easily earn that much money to see that all your needs are. But then you can shift to wants, and then little money you get, you should donate, you should save. So if you have a sort of a ratio of 50, 30, 20 between your needs, wants, and your savings and donations, the little bit of financial literacy, noting down where you spend your money, how you go about earning it, it will really give you good discipline in your finances, and you will be stress free. You will not start thinking कि यार उसके पास ये है, हमारे पास ये कम है. So those things you have to be careful. You have to understand that yes, whatever I can achieve, let me enjoy, let me be happy with what I got.
Be satisfied.
Yeah, you have to. As you start getting stressed, start becoming grateful to what you already have. You have a roof over your head, you have healthy, you have got good parents who can send you for education here. You're in a beautiful country, beautiful city. Start acknowledging all these things which you have. Immediately your stresses will go down. You'll start concentrating on what you don't have. And whatever you don't have, you'll start achieving it one by one. It's not a big issue.
So, how can our relationships be a factor in all of these? How can they be helpful for us?
Relationships are the very important thing because you have, I said, near and dear ones, your
Mm.
siblings, your parents, your teachers. These are all your close people who, well wishers, you can call them.
Mm.
Keep them close, don't take them for granted. No judgment, give respect to your teachers, to your elders, to your parents. As youngsters, you should do that. Because when you see a small child, you will expect them to respect you, to, look up to you, right? No judgment and things in this type of things. So, if your relationships are strong, your stresses are automatically down. Now, you'll only be focusing on gaining some knowledge, doing well in life. So, if your relationships are strained, half the time stresses, and then you'll be fighting with each other, anger comes into play. All this you need to be that your relations are good.
Yeah, right. And these will all make you, very uh, mentally strong as well, emotionally stable, and all of
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. Emotional intelligence is very, very
Mm.
important. It will make you very mentally strong, make you very self confident. Like if you have joined a college like Christ, you guys all have got the potential in you. There's such a big competition to come here. For every seat, there are 10 students coming. You have done well in your interviews, you have done well in your presentations. So you got selected here. So you got the potential. So all that you need to do is focus. You need good disciplines, good habits that will take you forward, right? Good habits will take you forward. See that you keep going forward.
Yeah.
So that's what one students have to do that now. And you should enjoy life also because these are college life which will
Mm.
remember throughout your life. Have a good bonhomie amongst your students, amongst your friends. Go for some treks outside. If you've not learned some life skills like swimming, go and try and learn swimming. Learn how to drive a car. So many things are there. Life skills you need to learn. You have one life, make the best of it.
Well said, well said. Thank you so much, sir. I think this is the perfect conclusion to this podcast. Any last comments you want to make for the viewers? Any suggestions from your end for the youth of the day?
My only advice to them or my suggestions would be that you first acknowledge what you have. Understand that you are in a great nation, right? And we are a team which is in, I said, unity in diversity. We are that. We show by example to the world that we believe in, ki Vasudeva Kutumbakam means we feel that the earth is one family. You must have seen during COVID, we gave medicines to more than 100 countries which we had. We helped so many people. There are such big historical events where India is helping other nations in so many fields. Even after the World War, people came, like the Prime Minister was in Poland yesterday. So there was Polish women and children who were given harboring in Kolhapur in India at that time when they were in need. So there are so many such examples where, as a country, we are looking after the world. We are looking outwards, and our reputation is going up. So I want them, every one of us, to contribute in this reputation building of this nation. Build your own reputations. Build the reputation of the country. Make your families proud of yourself. Make your country proud. Be disciplined. Follow the rules of the land. Right? Become valuable assets to this nation. That is my message to the youth, to everybody. So I will be, as long as I can contribute in any way to this great nation, I will try my best to motivate the youth, lead a disciplined life, try to help people out in any way I can do. That will be my final message.
This is really amazing because जब आपके अंदर when you get this feeling कि नहीं कुछ देश के लिए कुछ करना है and people also look up to you and you contribute your best towards the growth of your nation, the country in which you are born. If you serve the nation, that is the best kind of service which you can give. to the mankind, to the nation, to the people around you.
Yeah, definitely. See, I being from the army, I can tell you about the army. The army is such a beautiful organization. We will protect the sovereignty of this nation. The borders are well protected. And when the borders are well protected, growth inside the country can happen. You can sleep soundly, right? Because the soldiers are giving away their lives. Independence comes at a cost, at the cost of lives of our soldiers. So value that independence inside. Don't waste it. So that
Yeah.
independence has to be valued. Think about it. Think about how much sacrifice people are giving. Initially, also, when we were not independent, many people sacrificed their lives, got us independence. Even after independence, there were so many wars, so many outsiders are trying to get in. People are not very happy with your progress. So, but we, as a strong army, navy, air force, the armed forces, we look after all our borders well. But we want that the nation as such acknowledges that sacrifice and does something inside the nation to that levels where we are proud of the nation, and each one has to do his or her contribution well. Only
There's a
then.
very different kind of respect which the citizens also look the army up to.
So when you say Jai Hind, when you say Jai Hind means you have to mean Jai Hind. I call them the Jai Hind activities. So Jai Hind activities are, you have to feel that when you want your nation to rise, Jai, you want that, you have to contribute. You have to follow the rules of the land, right? You have to be careful about your resources. So once you start doing these things, then when you say Jai Hind, you mean Jai Hind. So that's what I say.
And you
So
have pride in your
yes,
eyes.
yes. You have pride in that, and you feel that, yes. You start getting that feeling that, yes, it is a great nation. So there's no doubt about that. So only thing is we have to keep it great. We have to take it to greater heights. We have to leave this place a very beautiful nation for our young generations to come in every sphere.
Yeah. You are truly an inspiration, sir, for many people out there, and I'm really sure that the viewers also must be highly motivated. They got a lot of inspiration from what you have said today. So, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your wonderful insights. I'm really sure that it is a wonderful podcast, and I am also feeling very proud to be an Indian, to be in this country, and maybe through my work or maybe something else, I would also like to contribute as much as possible towards my country. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I find your students are really bright, really motivated, and if you start doing such activities, bringing eminent people to your podcast and then conveying this message to outward, it's going to help a lot of people. A lot of people get inspired,
Yeah.
and a lot of people will be, taking the right path, controlling the things. So great. Congratulations to you. Keep continuing the great job done.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And all
Thanks
the
a
best
lot.
in life.